Da-da-da-da. Hi guys. Hi guys. I just thought I'd do a quick 10-minute live because it's lovely. The weather is beautiful. Let's see if any of you want to join me. I'm just on my phone. I've had a bad back today, so I thought if I just walk it out, it will get better, and it has. So I've done about 2.5 miles. The first 1.5 miles, it hurts. But actually now I'm on the second part of the walk. My back's getting better. I'm walking all right now. Slight bit of pain. It's just because I picked Yasmin up. Yasmin's getting bigger now. She's not really at the pick me up age. So I'm going to just walk up and down here a bit longer and see if any of you join me just for a few minutes. So we did a few interesting lives this morning. We discussed Denny Baker. She's just so amazing. Denny Baker, look her up on Facebook and on YouTube. She's a beautiful lady, a true Elvis fan, and a lovely singer. She joined our live last night, so love that. That was great. Now, we also had a troll join us on a channel. Now, we gave the troll the opportunity to comment, just to say what they wanted. I apologise to everyone on Defending Elvis if I offended anybody. Hi Vicenzo, how are you going? Oh, that's very, very kind of you. Vicenzo, that's very kind of you. You know that we all love you at Defending Elvis. We all make mistakes, please don't worry. Obviously Vicenzo is a proper Elvis fan. Vicenzo knows more than any of us. Vicenzo is probably one of the most knowledgeable Elvis fans I know. Vicenzo, can I ask you, how did you discover Elvis? Who introduced you to Elvis? You know my story, guys. When I was 4 years old, I found an old record. I just can't help believing. That was my doorway to Elvis Presley. I think one of the best things that have ever happened to me, finding that old record. I became an Elvis fan in 1976 when I was 4 years old after watching Fun in Acapulco. And what a great film. So yeah, I was around similar sort of time. I think it was 73 or so. Do you know what? I don't know the date. So what happened, Vicenzo, can I ask you, so when you watched Fun in Acapulco, can I ask you what happened to you? Did you get an emotion? Was it a feeling? Did you feel different? Was it that you were mesmerized by Elvis? Was it the voice? Was it how he looked? How he dressed? Or was it the film with Kurt Russell? Didn't Kurt Russell kick him in that film? For me, let me just try and think. It was the voice at first. It was just an old 45-inch record. I became a fan after hearing Bossa Nova. Baby, the voice affected me. Yes, the voice, yeah. And initially, that's what it was for me. It was definitely the voice that did it. Now, once I heard that voice, I was like, I obviously knew it was Elvis Presley because it had the name. I'm pretty sure it was an old RCA Victor 45-inch record. And I played it on a very old-fashioned Philips radio, the old style that takes the big fat batteries. It wasn't a record player, it was you slotted the record in like a CD, but it was a standard radio. Philips radio that held these two giant blue batteries. They seemed giant to me back then because I was so small. I was surprised it even worked, to be honest with you, but it did work. So then I was demanding to my mum, take me to WH Smith's. I remember watching the last TV special on TV when it aired in October the 3rd, 1977. Yeah. So I just said to my mum, take me to W.H. Smith's. She let me buy a magazine. Then I started going to the old record shops, buying old singles, some old albums. Now, in these old magazines that you buy, there were posters. I don't know if you remember that. You could unfold them. You could unfold the posters, and I put them on my wall. I even remember the poster. It was Elvis in a black suit, I'm pretty sure, and he's sort of got one arm crossed over the other arm, and he's holding his arm with his hand, and he's all in black. And I'm pretty sure that's off one of the movies, yeah? And that was on my wall. I had more than one poster of him. One of the first things I did was, I had an old duffel bag, a yellow duffel bag. Do you remember the old school bags? The yellow material, I don't remember what it's called. I got some glue and some glitter, some gold glitter, and I wrote the words Elvis on my bag, on my duffel bag. Remember, I was only like 5 years old, yeah? And I poured the glitter onto the glue. It was just kids glue, wasn't it? Kids craft type glue, the white glue. And there it was, the words Elvis. So then I would turn the collar up on my shirt. Remember, 5 years old, guys. So then I wanted to have an Elvis quiff. So I was growing my hair and I discovered Brill cream. I actually went to Boots and bought a tub of the Brill cream. It was red Brill cream, yeah? I mean, the jar was red with a white lid and a white base, I think. I remember my dad would let me have the money to buy the Brill cream. Obviously, Brill cream is quite a wet substance, isn't it? So I would put that in my hair and I would stand in front of the mirror for hours trying to create a quiff at 5 years old, which is pretty unusual. And I would just keep combing my hair. I would go to school with my duffel bag, you know, 5 years old, 6 years old. Oh yeah, the Brill cream definitely worked, but it was very wet. I don't know if you remember it that well, Vicenzo. And so then I would obviously walk to school. I thought I was something special because there wasn't many Elvis fans when I was going to school. Elvis was a bit old hat, believe it or not. I'm on about to the kids, not to the grown-ups. The grown-ups he wasn't. Elvis was peaking around the world, wasn't he, with his Vegas tours. Elvis in 72, 73 still looks fantastic. But for me as a child, the other kids were into other stuff, yeah? I remember like the Monkees and just other stuff, you know, the Banana Split. There was just other things that the kids were into. They weren't into Elvis. I was one of the unusual kids. So I would go to school with my collar turned up, thinking I was cool, and I sort of stayed that way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I had a close friend whose mother was an Elvis fan, so she had a massive record collection. So I would visit my friend Paul, and we would jump up and down on his bed, singing and dancing to Elvis with our collar turned up. And I would wear either usually some quite cool looking Elvis-y looking type clothing, even though I was just a little kid. I really did want to be just like Elvis. Even though I was a Greek Cypriot, obviously I'm not an English person or an American person, some of you may say. I still wanted to be just like Elvis. And it took my mind off any problems at home. There was problems at home. Elvis took my mind away from it. My mind could disappear into the world of Elvis, and then I would really do my best to watch the Elvis films. I think it was every Saturday afternoon. I loved the Elvis films. People mention the corny Elvis films. I love them. They were perfect for me as a young child. They were fun. Elvis looked great. All of the girls in the movies were great. Of course, Anne Margaret, etc. Nancy Sinatra, and many others. I loved the corny films. People try and say, oh, Elvis got fed up with the corny films, and people try to trash the Elvis films. But I tell you now, I love them all. I love them all. I do have my favorites. What was the first Elvis movie you saw? Oh, now that is a good question. Well, I can't say what was the first one, but what I can say is Fun in Acapulco does really stand out to me. The one with Kurt Russell in it. That one does really stand out for me. So I just love them all. Now, when I got older, I preferred the more serious films. So The King Creole. Actually, Jailhouse Rock was one of my favorite. I remember that. Yeah, Jailhouse Rock 100% was one of my favorites as well. Anything. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that film. Sorry, Vicenzo. What Happened at the World's Fair. That's the film that stands out to me. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I love them all. I love them all. It's like, do you know when you're a kid and you want everything to be colourful and fun? That's how I saw Elvis's films. Colourful and fun. So, I love them all. If anything came, I would go out of my way to watch it. So, I've said it already. Watching these films through the 70s when I was a little kid took me to a dream world and changed my life, put me on a different path, put me on a much more confident, happier path, a path where I believed in myself. Yeah, I wanted to be like Elvis. I wanted to be more sure of myself, more confident. I wanted to believe in myself. And I feel that watching Elvis did that for me. It affected my personality, it affected everything about me, how I walked, how I talked, how I acted. It really did. Because I was so young, I was very, very influenced by these movies, yeah? So for me, Elvis literally transformed my life and put me on the right path. And I ended up, after I went through my rebellious teenage years, because I was quite a naughty teenager, once I got through the rebellious teenage years, the influence that Elvis had on my life was very good. Life-changing, and I will always be grateful to Elvis and his influence on my life. You have the 2 DVD editions of Aloha from Hawaii. So I just feel lucky. And you know, when we saw Denny Baker off Facebook, she joined our live last night, and you watch her videos of her dressing up like Elvis, singing like Elvis, singing with Elvis, even doing some movie clips with Elvis, visiting Tupelo, visiting Gracelands, visiting the meditation garden, Denny Baker, yeah? And she's in her late 20s. I just thought, I could see the influence that Elvis has had on Denny Baker, this beautiful singer from Nashville. And I just remember thinking, yeah, that happened to me. You discover Elvis Presley, it completely transforms your life. You feel a connection to Elvis that never leaves you. You're never the same again after discovering Elvis. I think all the genuine fans, Elvis fans, agree with that you really are changed forever. And that connection stays with you till the day you die. Yeah, I did ask her, and she did say 20 miles from Nashville. Were you there on the live stream? So she's actually from Memphis. Yes, we love. I was, to be honest with you guys, I was surprised she joined us. I do follow her because she's obviously a great Elvis fan, but I wasn't expecting her to join us. All right, you saw it. I wasn't expecting her to join us. I didn't know that she watched us. I didn't know, because and then when I said to her, do you like what Defending Elvis does, she says, yeah, I watch you, and yeah, she supports what we do. So this is just proof that we don't really know who's watching, do we? Let me just get through this. Here we go, we're back. She's good as a female Elvis. I just think the thing I liked about Denny was you really feel that Elvis has touched her life. That's the bit I could see. Yeah, and that's how, when I look in the mirror, I get that same feeling. Elvis touched my life, which I think is a big reason why I defend Elvis every day. And I think even with you, Vicenzo, that's the type of fan you are, Elvis has clearly touched your life, hasn't he? Same goes for Hillbilly Cat. Matthew, I did start watching some of your video last night. Was it you released it? You uploaded it? It was very good. It was to do with the garage, yeah? Vernon's car sales garage. I did watch it, not all of it. I watched half of it. You put a lot of work into those videos, don't you, Matt? Matt, anyway, please join Matt's YouTube channel. He's great. Hillbilly Cat. You put a lot of work into those. I don't do the kind of work you put into your videos. I don't do anymore. I used to, when I was making my friend Nicola Cripper said when she met Elvis, she couldn't stop asking him questions. Yeah. Oh yeah, we know about Nicola. We love Nicola's passion. Say hello to her from Defending Elvis. She is on my Facebook, Vicenzo. She's on there. Just say hello to her from Louis at Defending Elvis. So I got to hold my hair because the bloody winds. Right, I'm starting to head back now, guys. Yeah, Matt, you do a lot of editing, don't you? I can tell. Your videos must take quite a while to make. Matthew, how long does it take for your videos to make? Each one? I would say 2-3 days at least. Now, when I first started making videos, before I became Defending Elvis, 3 hours, that's pretty good. When I first started making videos, I don't know if you've seen my earlier videos, but my earlier videos had a lot of editing. My state of my bloody hair, I believe they're in what they say, then come on with. Right, so I'm reading comments. Oh, this wind. Sorry guys, this wind is really driving me mad. It's warm but windy. Yes, in the early days, Matthew, I used to do a lot of editing. Once I started doing the live streams, I reduced it a lot. So 1 hour to write, 1 hour to create, 1 hour to post. Vicenzo, I missed that comment, sorry. I should bring a hairbrush with me. So, but I don't have the time now to do the editing that I used to do. I just don't have the time to do it. I have been posting a few videos just recently, covering this Billy Smith topic and the Memphis Mafia topic, basically exposing the people that betrayed Elvis. So I've been making a few short videos. I've been trying to post one a day, and now getting my Philippine girlfriend into Elvis. Of course, Vicenzo, too right. So right, so there's about 10 of you on here now. Vicenzo did want to say something to everyone, because I do have to go, guys. So Vicenzo, do you want to speak to Team Elvis quickly before I go? And I'll catch you guys all later. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna do a keto live later. Hi Pat, how are you? I apologise to Team Elvis if I offended anybody. Oh, thanks, Vicenzo. That's very kind. Oh, you know we all love you. You know we all love you, Vicenzo. We always will. Thanks, Pat. What, holding my hair? So guys, I'm going to come back maybe in an hour and try and do a keto video. So thanks for joining me on this windy day, and I'll see you later, alligator. Yeah, you're right, I should wear a hat.